Jabronis show.
Yeah,
that wasn't bad.
Jabronis show.
All right, welcome back to the Jabronis show. It is finally week 11. Can you believe it's week 11 in the NFL? We only have 7 more weeks of the regular season. How are you guys feeling about that? Is that pretty depressing? Or
100%. This is like
that hit you guys?
This is like what makes your week worth living for. This is like Monday night. If my Monday's shit, at least I got football. Thursday night. If my Thursday's shit, at least I got football. And tomorrow's Friday. Sunday, it's like, if the Bears disappoint me, I'm going into depression till next Sunday. But
except 3 nights this year. 3 nights they've made you feel special.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
Me and him don't get. This is our guest, by the way, Chase.
Chase, welcome to the show. I was going to introduce him,
but
go ahead.
Me and him work during the week, so we don't get to watch fucking football. We get depressed watching college football. Our college team lose, so that's great.
That's awesome.
Fake
Chase, welcome to the show. You're a Commanders fan.
I am.
Hell yeah.
He's wearing
the Chase Young drip.
Yeah, you can't see the Chase Young.
It's the blackout jersey. It's pretty sick.
I couldn't see him.
Last week we caught up to Jaxon. In fact, we surpassed him. Me and Kevin both went 3-3, while Jaxon went 1-5. Yeah, you went 1-5. And so now the totals are 20-20 for Jaxon and 21-19 for me and Kevin.
Fucking nerd.
Dude, I'm going with my gut this week. It's going to be straightforward.
Yeah, that's worked so well so
far. Dude. All right. Okay. Get on. Okay.
So Ahmed is our current guest champ at 5-1. That's gonna be really hard to beat, but we'll see.
Oh no shit.
We'll see if Chase can do it.
Yeah.
Mr. Kami's fan. Getting into this week's matchups, we're starting with the 2 flex games that we have, and then we'll get into our fanhood games. But starting with Thursday night football, we've got the Bengals going against the Ravens in Baltimore. The Ravens are favored at -3.5. They had what did they? They dropped the victory to the Browns last week, so that's pretty concerning. But the Bengals
30-point lead.
The Bengals dropping one to the Texans.
Yeah, they dropped it too.
So 2 of these top teams in the NFL coming off of losses to what should be shittier teams.
Mm-hmm.
Jaxon, pop the cap off for us, bro.
I'm taking the Bengals in this one.
Oh yeah.
Yep, getting straight into it. Going with my gut this week. See if the little man gut can do me right.
I like that.
Joe Burrow had last week. He didn't even do that bad. He had 347 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 interceptions. Mixon's finally getting he's not even really getting a lot of touches, but he's finally getting in the end zone.
Thank God.
Like these last 3 to 4 weeks, he's been in the end zone. Last week, he didn't even have a lot of yards. He had 11 carries, 46 yards, and a tutty. Jamar Chase had a great game after coming back from that back injury. He had 5 receptions, 124 yards, and a tutty. And then one of you guys said T. Higginson's out, right?
Yeah.
This upcoming week.
Yeah.
He's out.
Tyler Boyd had a really good game still last week with 8 receptions and 117 yards with no tutties. But this coming into the next week, with T. Higgins out, I don't think it's going to be a huge loss. Like it is, but it's not going to affect that offensive wide receiver core as much.
It's just so deep.
Dude, they're so well spread. And then who's their? Do you guys know who their backup running back is?
Chase Brown out of U of I.
Yeah,
he's a rookie.
I'm sure they're kind of gonna have to spread the ball, like run a lot more this week, because like the defense for the Ravens last week, bro. Yeah, like you said, they had a 30-point lead, and then Roquan Smith had 14 tackles, and Kamar Hamlin or something like that had 8 tackles, and then the rest of the defense had like 2 to 0 tackles. Like it went all go and then sputtered at the end. No one else can do anything.
And that's how the Browns ended up winning, right? Just like a bunch of yards after catch.
Yeah, and like Deshaun had a really good game, and then with the Ravens offense, like Lamar had 13 for 23, 223 yards, a TD, and 2 interceptions. But Lamar led the game in rushing yards. He had 41 rushing yards on 8 attempts and a tutty. Edwards had 11 carries for only 24 yards. That was second best. The receiving core, horrible. They did garbage. Zay Flowers only had 73 yards. Odell only scored on 1 reception on that slant for a 40-yard tutty. And then Mark Andrews only was limited to 2 receptions.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is credit to that Browns defense too. Like they are nasty. They kind of remind me of that Rams team that won the Super Bowl a couple years back, based just off of a godly defense. Yeah, they dropped that lead, 30-point lead,
Like that's
And they held them
halftime,
scoreless for the whole second half.
and then so is the fourth quarter when they came back.
because they had seven.
Holy shit.
The Ravens had 17 in the first quarter, didn't score the second, and then it was 7-7, and the Browns just took over in the second half. It was nuts.
Browns got a fumble 6.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Damn.
It was like 30-something yards.
Is that off
Something like
Lamar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
And he had 2 picks too. So he had
Yeah.
3 turnovers.
Yeah, you didn't see what Lamar said to his fantasy owners? He's like, I know my fantasy owners want to fade me right now.
Want to fade me right now?
It just means like fucking knock him out.
Fade.
But in this
is that a
game-
term you use a lot? Fade.
It's like getting up there more. It's like
I'm a
newer
fade you,
shit.
boy.
Yeah,
I'll fade you to
Yeah,
your smooth.
only the top of the line quarterbacks use this new.
Gotta be smooth.
Gotta be smooth with it.
Gotta be smooth with it.
Don't make me fade you over there, boy.
But I think this is going to be, I don't think this is going to be much of a defensive game. I think this is going to be an offensive shootout. But I'm going to take the Bengals. Let's do 20, not really a shootout, I guess. 24-14,
Yeah,
Bengals.
that sounds about right. What do you think, Chase?
I think it's going to be a shootout. I mean, Ravens defense is top, but Bengals have been, beat by Texans. They're going to come out shooting. I think it's going to go 30-28 with a Justin Tucker winner.
Dang,
Yeah.
you got the Ravens.
I do.
The Ravens?
I don't see a shootout just being Thursday night football and the way these two teams just came off of their previous performances. They're both coming off of losses. Sure, they're going to be playing angry, but their defenses are going to be playing angrier. And I think it's going to come down to that Ravens defense playing a little better than the Bengals. Give me the Ravens in a lower scoring one, about 21-14 Ravens. Cavioso.
So you talked about they're really going to test the depth of that Bengals receiving core with T. Higgins being out. Do you know what the timetable is on that, or it's like day to day?
I didn't even know until we just looked at it.
He was out for the Texans game, and they were saying it could be another
So
week. But he's out.
the matchup I really like is you look at Humphreys and you just talked about Hamilton versus Jamar Chase and Boyd. The reason Hamilton's a second-year pro out of Notre Dame, the reason they drafted him is he's a big physical corner. So that's going to be a fun matchup to watch.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't see a shootout for that reason, is that defense is good. They're tight. They do their thing. So,
And Thursday night. Like, it's just,
yeah, Thursday
Yeah,
night
prime
has
time.
everyone's been doing shit Thursday night. I
yeah.
don't know what it is. It was the same way last year. No one can, put up points on a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go low scoring with it. I'm going to go 2017 Bengals.
So we're splitting that 2-2.
Hey, yeah, we got the split picks. That's what I'm talking about.
Rope.
That game, honestly, I mean, I know they're supposed to be top teams in the NFL, but still, it's not that exciting to me.
The Bengals are 5-4, and the Ravens are 7-3. So,
And the Ravens are pretty serious.
Yeah.
Dude.
Bengals are still.
I mean,
Yeah.
we all saw what the Ravens did against the Lions, so that
say
team's
that
no
beat
joke.
And the Seahawks.
And the
too.
and the Seahawks. Yeah, it's just, but the Bengals can't, even though they're 5-4 and they had that loss to Houston, that was still a great game on their side of it for offense, anyways. So I don't know. It'll be an interesting game, but like how you guys said on primetime, you never been on primetime, so.
And it's about time primetime got some notable teams. It's almost it feels not real. I'm so used to
When we
some
lost,
Colts Jets matchup.
yeah, when we looked up,
bullshit.
dude, we looked up holy shit, this is a Thursday, this is tomorrow.
Well,
2 days from now, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, do we want to talk about when the
Got you
cameras were off?
lacking, boy.
Do we want to talk about when the cameras were off?
What are we talking
How
about?
stupid you were acting. You didn't know math or any of that shit when we were talking
What are
about
we-
stats.
What? No. You're so. Oh my God.
See, I didn't throw
No,
you under the bus.
This
for
was
that.
a matter of counting records. No, okay. This is so
Hey,
out of
bro,
context. No one's gonna.
I got you. I would never
Fuck
do
you,
that to you.
Just know that he went too far.
He went too far.
He went too far. That wasn't funny. Fuck that. All right, next matchup. We've got the Steelers against the Browns. This is an in-division rivalry. The Steelers are somehow 6-2,
6-3.
6-3, and the Browns are somehow 6-3.
Mike Tomlin, baby.
Browns favored at -3.5. Actually, we know why the Browns. It's because of that defense. The Steelers, more of a mystery. They just managed to win games because of Mike Tomlin, and their culture just wins football games. Even when they have some shitty dumpster fire teams, they can go 6-3 and be perfectly content. Like, honestly, fuck Steelers fans. Like they have it so nice, bro. Like,
Real quick point though. So you talk about who was the home team on that one? Ravens were favored by 3.5. Browns are favored by 3.5. Vegas odds always sets the home team automatically at 3.5. So that means they don't exactly have that much faith in the home team.
yeah, that
means
just makes
they're
it a
trusting
toss
it.
up.
Like, yeah. So that 3.5 just means anything could fucking happen here.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I still believe it a little more just because the Steelers are nothing to wow you. They're more of a wild card team, and more often than not, they pull it out of their ass. But the Browns seem a little more legit. Some notable players: Jalen Warren had 101 yards and a touchdown last week.
Oof. Dude, he's been on fire.
Yeah, Najee Harris with over 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. So both of them, and Warren had 15 carries, Najee had 14 carries. So it's a perfectly even split. They both popped off. This was all against who was it?
Packers.
Yeah.
To be fair though,
Packers.
the Packers can't stop the fucking run to save their lives.
Yeah.
They're in the bottom of the league for points or yards allowed per game rushing.
Yeah, and speaking of that, they're playing against the Browns, which is a very good run defense. So I have no faith in the Steelers in this one. Their receivers didn't do shit last week. Kenny Pickett sucks.
George Pickens does not want to be there. He's over Pittsburgh. He's like,
is he?
Oh, dude, he is furious.
I don't know. You're usually bad on that. Like
No,
you
like,
said,
have you seen?
No, but you said Chase Young did not want to leave Washington.
Did he want to leave Washington?
To my knowledge, I didn't think so. He grew up a Washington fan.
The thing is, you can say you don't want to leave, but it's a business. Dude.
Yeah.
That's how that shit's ran.
Yeah, but he's
if
happy
you
to be
saw
with his college
George
teammate,
Pickens is just, if you see him on the sideline, dude, he's so fucking over how that whole team is playing, and he doesn't
They don't feed
get
him.
into it. Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of on him. Like, you got to make more plays, man. Like, I mean, he makes this crazy little over, like, 360 catch every now and then, but you got to step up and be open more often than just every
he's in his
miracle that
second
comes.
year, right?
this is his
Out of Georgia?
second- yeah.
Second?
This is his second year because he made that wicked catch in his rookie year, and then he did it in training camp coming into this year too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's made
still
some
got some
great
time.
plays.
He's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah. But that being said, I still think the Browns are going to pop off. The Ravens really just choked it to them. They were getting dominated, it sounds like, and then they just kind of got let in. But you also still have to execute when that's the situation, and they did that. Deshaun Watson's shown a little bit of what he used to play like, and Amari Cooper's been solid. David Njoku's a pretty mid tight end that they got going down there. And, I mean, the Steelers are just the Steelers. This one is really hard to choose. This one I'm having a tough time with. What do you guys think?
So what's helping me make my decision here is TJ Watt versus DeJuan Jones round 2. First time around, DeJuan Jones, he had just gotten thrown in the fire coming in for Conklin, but TJ Watt made him look like a little boy despite being 6'8", 350 and so athletic because he can dunk a basketball. TJ Watt made him his bitch. So can he hold up better? Because last thing you want as a quarterback is TJ Watt in your face.
Yeah.
They'd make any quarterback fuck up.
Do they still have Cameron Hayward?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do. And they have his little brother as a running back.
God.
He sucks though.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
He's the product of nepotism. But So the other thing you talked about, the Steelers' run game against that vaunted Browns defense that ranks 7th against the run in the league. They're allowing an average of 91.6 yards per game. And that makes me want to lean with the Browns, but at the same time, Mike Tomlin gets shit done. Like you said, they pull it out of their ass. Mike Tomlin somehow figures out some sort of fucking way to get it done.
Right? Like, the more you talk about it, the harder it gets.
Right.
Like, there's just so many contradictory stats here.
And then you talk about Kenny Pickett sucking. He hasn't done shit. Is it him or is it Matt Canada, the OC? Who's the problem? Or is it both of them?
No, I mean, I haven't seen that talent out of Pickett, really.
I really haven't either.
I haven't, like, even when he does do something amazing, it's the other guy making a play for the most part.
He's got a cannon, though, and he can move around a little bit.
If he can, like, shape up how smart he plays, I could see his potential being, like, one of those all right white guy Kirk Cousins type deals. But that's about it. Like, I don't see him ever becoming some Josh Allen.
If he listens to Creed in the locker room.
That's the key. Anyone could play like Josh Allen at that point. Josh Allen's not even that good anymore. Shit.
But
He's forcing that shit, bro. He forces.
The Broncos are just that good too. Honestly, it makes everyone look bad.
Their defenses.
So I got now that you know a little bit of how I've been making my decision on this, I'm gonna roll with the Steelers again.
Ooh,
and I'm gonna go.
Didn't see that coming. You're
the
talking
Steelers
about the Browns.
beat the hell out of them the first time.
Was that this year? They already played?
We were watching that game. The Steelers defense got like 30 fantasy points because they just bullied the shit out of them.
Did they have Deshaun?
Was that PJ Walker or
no? That was Deshaun Watson because that was the game Nick Chubb
I thought
did
that was
whatever the hell that was. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah. Then he only tore his MCL or some shit. He only tore one thing.
That was ridiculous.
That was nasty.
But
what's your score?
Give me the Steelers in a tight one, 24-17.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty safe call. I feel like we always go with like between 20 and 15.
There hasn't
When
been
we
a lot
can't
of
decide.
high-scoring affairs this year.
That's true. And it's always
mean,
some
lately,
random,
yes,
like the
but-
Bucks and
It's
Texans.
like the random shit teams that all of a sudden just bust one.
Yeah, for real.
And then we're not going to we're not going to bring up those, like the Cardinals. Like we barely even wanted to talk. Or maybe now they can be talked about is because
Kyler's back. Yeah.
So he came back the same week as a new COD getting dropped.
Yeah, I saw that. I think you sent one of those to me.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I'll make my pick next. I'm gonna have to take the Browns in this one. I don't think the Steelers are gonna get it done. They're starting to get a little too far away from 500 in that wins column, so I think they need a loss to knock them back down to normal. And I really just think the Browns are a lot better too. The quarterback is better. He's not a better person, of course, but he is a better player. And then their offense can just slightly get it more done. And yeah, the Steelers have a tough defense, but it's not nearly as good as the Browns. So give me the Browns in a close to Kevin's score type deal. Browns 21, Steelers 20. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
At a
1 point game.
What you got, Chase?
It's an entertaining game.
Yeah. I think the Steelers' offense overall is struggling to find a dominant target. They've been switching between them. 2 weeks in a row when Deontay Johnson came back, he had amazing weeks. Last week, fell off the face of the earth. I think if they can get him involved, it'll be a better scoring game. But from right now, I've got Browns defense locking them up 14-3.
14-3. Wow.
14-3.
Yeah.
That's pretty bold.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, dude.
Mock.
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Mark.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Dude, we could totally. That is what we should cosplay as. Like me and you as Harry and Lloyd, and him as the Italian mobster in the car.
The one that dies from rat poisoning?
Yeah. They put it in his burgers. Or no, they put too many spicy peppers in his
Yeah, and then
that's what it was.
oh, pills are good.
Getting the mustard. Like, Where were you? Steelers Browns.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I don't know because like Pittsburgh at home and that defense is electric with Cameron Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick over the top. It's gonna be hard to throw. And
They're not at home.
I'm gonna say
Patrick Peterson.
They're in Cleveland.
they're in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still pretty close to home.
Why are you so bad at
Dog
this?
pound. Dude, I don't know. God. Myles Garrett, bro, and Denzel Ward. And then Jerome Ford, he's been having close to 100. He had over 100 yards last week with no touchdowns, but he gets close to like 80, 70, 80 to 100 and gets into the end zone. Then Kareem Hunt, they can feed in the red zone. But I feel like only Amari Cooper, because they don't have People Jones anymore.
Who'd they trade him to again?
Detroit.
Yeah, again,
That's
that move
right.
didn't make
Because
sense.
he grew up a Detroit fan. So he was like super stoked to be there. But I'm going to have to take. I'm going to go with Kev. I'm going to take Steelers.
Wow.
I don't.
What is this weird
Again.
teaming up we're
can't.
doing? Like,
I'm going to take the
Me and you
Steelers.
picked the same game.
Only
for the
because-
first one, didn't we?
Yeah.
no, I thought we had.
And we,
I had the Ravens, so.
I
And I had the
we-
Bengals.
we can come back to that
Back-
later.
yeah. so-
Yeah, sorry.
I do agree with what you said about Deontay Johnson. They need to get him more involved because George Pickens, like you said earlier, he can't get open, but he's also frustrated with the team. But Mike Tomlin is a great coach, and he plays all four quarters. And T.J. Watt with bowling, what's his name?
DeJuan Jones, rookie of Ohio State.
Yeah, out of 380 or whatever. That's gonna and Cameron Hayward in the middle. Dude, they're gonna and then Pittsburgh is gonna split the ball again. Warren has done shit all year, and Najee's finally getting the first 3 weeks his train rolling. It's gonna be a very run heavy game, and then like last week, Kenny Pickett had 126 yards passing. I think he'll maybe get close to that, like maybe 150 max, and a TD and an
Dude,
interception.
that's not winning numbers.
No,
Like,
it's not. But I think it's going to be a close game to where it's Pittsburgh 14-17 game-winning kick by Chris Boswell.
Dang.
Also,
All
what's the thought process here? Is Matt
Good,
Canada the problem? Their OC is Kenny Pickett the problem, or is it both of them that need to go?
I don't think both need to go, but I think they're both the problem.
Yeah.
Because this
I
is
would
what
say they
this is
clean
Kenny
house
Pickett's
on that.
this is Kenny Pickett's second year.
I don't think anyone knows how to use Kenny yet. Like
Dude,
he does.
Kenny-
He hasn't shown like a strength.
It's a
that
hard
they
fit.
can
He's
play
a
on.
local kid, so
Yeah.
they love him, and they're hoping for Dan Marino 2.0.
Yeah.
He's like Teddy Two Gloves 2.0 right now,
Yeah, for real.
wearing number 50.
All right.
But
That was bad.
Yeah,
You know what?
lost me.
God damn it,
Also, what happened
Making
to
fun of
Fryer
your
move?
joke is
Do we know what
funny.
happened to Fryer
Pat
move?
Fryerman.
I think he got traded. I don't know if he's
No, he
supposed
didn't
to.
get
No. Is he
got
hurt?
injured.
Is he on the IR?
He got injured.
Yeah.
Because he's good. He's good.
He's damn good.
He's quality tight end.
He's mid good. He's not damn good.
Okay, who's your guys' tight end?
Who's our tight end
Who's
on the Broncos? I wasn't comparing to the Broncos tight end.
No, but what
Dolchich
is
isn't
Yeah,
bad.
Dolchich has been on the IR.
Dolchich?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He
But
makes
right now
some
it's
crazy
Troutman.
catches, though.
Oh yeah.
No, he was good last year.
Who was
He's
it?
solid, like
Who is it
shining
now?
light on our shitty.
I'm not-
Adam Troutman.
Troutman?
Hey, I have that
Troutman.
dude's autograph.
No, I've never heard of that man's
Dude, I have that
Yeah, he
guy's
sucks.
autograph rookie card, so I need him to be the next Gronk, so I can sell that for a couple $100,000.
That's not happening.
Okay.
All right, next game. We locked it in. Little Browns, Steelers. Split pick again. Getting into our guests game of the week here. We got the Giants going over to DC, taking on the Commanders. Commanders favored at 9.5. Chase, this is your game. This is your team. How are you guys going to do against the Giants?
Well, I think it'll come down to a couple things. Sam Howell right now is leading quarterbacks in yards, completions, tied for third in touchdowns. He's been on a train every single week where he's amazing and then mid, amazing mid, amazing mid. Like when we played Chicago, he'd perform good. Our defense sucked, And I think that's what this game is going to come down to. If Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne can step up, stop Saquon, I think it'll be a blowout. I've got, and that's the other issue with Washington. They're not getting McLaurin or Jahan involved as much as they should.
Yeah.
McLaurin's
Samuel.
very spotty, yeah. Well, Samuel's our third leading right now. But Dotson, when he's involved, he performs. We dominate on offense. I think they need to get him and McLaurin more involved than Logan Thomas it too, you know.
Yeah.
I do think if we win this game, it'll come off of 2 interceptions. Emmanuel Forbes getting his second of the year. I have it at 2017 Washington.
I think it's going to be
Against
that
the Giants?
close.
That's
I think-
pretty close. Yeah.
I think it'll be a close game, yeah.
There's no way the Giants get that close.
Dude, with
I don't
DeVito?
know
Giants
with
are so
DeVito.
ass.
But there's they
I
have
think it's like I said. I think it comes down to Giants running that ball. If they run it, and we can't stop it because we couldn't stop it at all the first time we played them, I think it'll come 2017.
They're one-dimensional, though.
Yeah, their rush
They can't-
defense at
Yeah.
Washington is pretty much gone, and that's all the Giants
Yeah.
have is a run game. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
but you
That's
can't
true.
you can't
see the
run your running
potential
you
there.
can't run Saquon 40 times.
No, well, last year,
That's
the,
thing.
You
the
run him
Titans do
25.
it with fucking
yeah, I was gonna say,
Henry.
Henry.
But I'm just saying there's
Give him
no
30 carries.
you're gonna want to force DeVito
Give
to
Matt
throw
Breida
that
a
ball.
couple.
Well, yeah, last
Yeah.
week DeVito threw it 27 times, 14 completions, and 1 interception. And against Dallas's defense, they shut him out 17. Thing is, Saquon still got 13 rushes, as many passes as he completed for almost the same yards. He only had 87 yards last week for DeVito. Saquon capped it at 66, I think. Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean, he
So-
played pretty well against the
Yeah.
Dallas defense, coming in against
Yeah.
the Commanders defense.
I think it's gonna if those two step up, shut the run game, it'll be a blowout. But I still have it at 2017 Washington
Dang.
And that's in
in Washington. Yeah,
What do you think?
I think the commies are gonna blow like them out. I think because
Low like them out.
He likes to blow a lot, you know?
Okay. No. No. I think I agree with what you said about Dotson because Curtis Samuel had those 3 great weeks in a row and then he completely fell from face to the
oh
earth.
yeah.
But I think Brian Robinson? He had 132 rushing or receiving yards last week. He had a big game last week.
Last week he did.
Kid's
Yeah,
a beast.
That kid's good.
Dude, he got
yeah.
shot,
Two times.
3 times in
Two
the
times,
leg,
and
came
then
back later in
yeah,
that
like a couple
season.
weeks,
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
No, that dude, I feel like if you can get him involved in both receiving and rushing with that, I don't even know who the hell's on New York. Go ahead.
Yeah, off rip. I mean, he had an amazing 40-yard catch or something to get the first score within a couple minutes. Like I think he's a beast. But Eric Bieniemy, I don't know how to say his name. His whole passing,
The enemy.
yeah, his whole passing offense with Sam Howell has shot him up in.
This guy's like a
Yards.
dictionary over here.
Not like that.
That's amazing, bro.
But yeah, no, I love Brian Robinson, but I'm letting them rock with Sam Howell and get him going. We haven't had a quarterback in how many goddamn years, dude? It's been frustrating.
But
RG3, baby. If
I
only the
think-
doctor hadn't fucked him.
I bet Sam Howell's going to have a good game. When he throws McLaurin will come down with that goddamn ball. Like, whether it's, especially if it's one-on-one, if it's catchable to go over top, McLaurin comes down with it, especially in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
Dodson's
Yeah.
a speedster. Samuel's fast as shit. And then Sam Howell can sling the ball, but he can run, he can rush and scramble. Like, he can lower a damn shoulder.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
move around.
And then with that defense, Emmanuel Forbes, I don't know who's on the rest of it, but that defense but I don't know who the hell's on that. And I may sound stupid. Who the hell's on that defense in New York?
Dexter Lawrence is a bad
is it-
mother.
is there-
Still
Bradbury?
have
Is it-
Thibodeau.
Brad?
Yeah, Thibodeau's a bad man
Thibodeau's
too.
good.
Their
He's been-
edges are really
Thibodeau's
fucking
been
good.
playing awesome this year. Yeah.
Okay.
The only problem is their offense doesn't stay on
No.
the field long enough for them to get
Yeah.
rested. Like when I was playing ball, the thing they teach you is it's 10 times harder to play defense.
Oh yeah.
So the longer you can sustain a drive, the more refreshed your defense is going to come out and get the stop easier. And you're just wearing and tearing on their defense.
That's
I just feel-
complimentary football right there.
I just really feel like
guy gets
if
it.
they run, if they like split like one half heavy in one side, let's say like they're running, they have a good rushing offense, come out in the second half and have a high play action or RPO,
Yeah.
they're going to shred the fuck out of that defense. I really have no confidence in the Giants, and especially with Thibodeau as a rookie. And then Darius Slayton, I don't know if you saw him on the side.
Thibodeau's not a rookie.
What is he?
He had a great rookie
Third.
year. But
Okay, he's either way. Thibodeau is not a very
Thibodeau.
Don't care.
Say it. No, you're still young.
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
I don't care.
You thought it was a V?
He's uncultured.
I'm not smooth, okay?
Bibido.
But no, so with
Vibrator.
Darius Slayton, if y'all know if you saw him last week, God damn it! I don't know if you
That's
saw
what
him
you were
last.
saying. Vibrator.
Nobody did that. Here, how about? Oh, I can't say it. I was gonna say, look this way and then try to bite your shoulder for me.
No,
Yeah,
I ain't
But-
falling for that, bro.
but Darius Slayton was pissed off, and like Sterling Shepard was trying to like calm him down, like, "Hey, we're fine. We're gonna get this shit in a groove." And he was like, "Go fuck yourself. Don't talk to me." And he was not happy. Like, did not want to be any part of that offense right now because he was so bad of how they were playing. Because I mean, at halftime it was what 35-0 or some shit like
Something like that. It wasn't pretty. That's all I know.
that. And then they haven't gotten Jalen Hyatt, rookie out of Tennessee, anything going when we've all had high hopes into him. Even OBJ did say, "Don't break all my rookie records," all that shit. Like they just haven't. And then Saquon can only do so much.
Yeah.
So I think the score of that game, and
Is Waller
Promise.
not playing either?
he gets in the end
Hasn't
zone.
done much.
He's been 50-50.
When Daniel Jones is in, he was performing and he was actually getting the ball. When it's the other quarterback, it's not. He does not get the ball. So I
Tommy
think
DeVito.
Do we know if that's Danny
You're
DeVito's
so
son?
defensive.
because I can't say the word. But I think I'm gonna get my score. It's gonna
Wait,
be
so are you mixing up Devin
DeVito and
Thibodeau and
DeVito.
Tommy DeVito?
I think so. Yeah.
Dividido.
But you're still
What is the
saying
quarterback's
Thibodeau.
name? What
Bud,
is
you're special.
What is the quarterback's
You're
name?
special.
Tommy DeVito.
That's what I said.
But we're talking about defensive players and Thibodeau.
No, but I was talking about the quarterback the entire time.
Bullshit.
You said he was a defensive player.
Bradbury.
we
I said
said-
only Bradbury, and then I went
No, no,
straight
no.
back to
And then
DeVito.
we said,
Never said
we said
Bradbury's name
Thibodeau,
ever.
and you're like, yeah, Thibodeau was pretty good.
Bradbury's been playing for the fucking Eagles
Who
for
was
2
the
years
okay.
now.
Okay, back to this. Back to this. Is
What are you
shut up. I'm asking this question. This is what I was saying earlier. Is Danny the quarterback? Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's an
Danny
actor.
DeVito.
What is his name?
Tommy DeVito.
Okay, is he a
Danny
rookie?
DeVito.
Yes.
I think
Okay, that's what I was saying. That's where I got the third. No, he's a third-year dude. So we were talking about different dudes. I'm still saying his name wrong. Either way,
I call bullshit. on
he's
this,
not
bro.
gonna do shit. The score of this
I've
goddamn
had you in a corner all episode, bro.
the score of this goddamn game is gonna be Commies 35-17.
Okay,
I don't.
that's all you had to say.
That sounds right, but the way you got there makes
it
me
was
feel
horrible.
like that's wrong.
No, that's
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito probably would be a better quarterback out there. Than
oh my god. Oh, dude, that's why I went one and fuck.
I mean, who wants to fuck with Danny DeVito? He's the fucking man.
Shit, bro. Danny
They wouldn't
DeVito.
tackle him. They'd pick him up and carry him.
Oh my god. All right.
They Frodo his ass into the
Someone
end
else.
zone.
Speaking of fucking Tommy DeVito, though,
Tommy.
way to know your audience. They picked up an Italian dude from fucking Jersey. That's how you know
That's
they're
Giants football, baby. That's the G-man.
I guarantee you they sold so many fucking jerseys to
Just
all the
DeVito.
Italians out there.
Just because DeVito is on the jersey.
Dude, he
That's the
still
whole move.
lives with his mother at 25. Is getting probably paid
didn't know that.
$750K a year. She still cooks for him. She still does his laundry.
Except
I mean, it's cool because he's saving his paychecks, but at the same time, I moved out here at 21 making nowhere near that to get the fuck away from my parents. I could never live with them again. So you want to talk about living with them with all that money? Fuck no.
Like, oh, my mama's lasagna makes me so good at football.
He damn near says he's mentioned something about her chicken parm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was fucking- I'll have to find the quote for you. It's hilarious.
Damn, that's awesome.
all right, say your goddamn whoever else is
Also,
next.
when you were talking about their defense, you forgot that rookie Banks on the defense for that rookie corner.
Oh,
Down by the banks of the hanky panks.
Hey,
He's been good. He's been good.
you said
But-
like act like Dumb and Dumber, so I did. I'm holding my
He acted as both of them, bro.
dude.
Offense and defense.
Boyd. Oh, okay, go.
Okay.
Go.
You're just making it work.
I know.
You really are.
It's fine.
But
I am Dumb and Dumber.
first of all, yes, Saquon's good, but I don't think they can run him heavy like you said. They're gonna figure it out fast. I like the linebackers they got in Washington. I can't remember that kid's name. That big white dude in the middle.
Oh, Mayo.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. He's
Atlanta,
a
he
baller.
performed awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. The fuck are you doing over here?
Mayo, mind your business. Say your goddamn score.
Dude, this guy is like on
Right?
something.
He's
today.
like fucking everything
two
up
Red
right now.
Bulls.
If you love what
You
you're
finally
seeing,
had caffeine for the first time in 3 weeks. The
Hey,
Red Bull guy
fucking
came.
2 of these, baby.
Did we make our
Alright.
shout outs, by the way?
No.
No.
Anyone have a shout out?
No.
All right.
I got my mom.
But anyways,
I love
I also have
Jackson's
Jackson's
mom.
mother.
Jackson's mom. Shout out to you.
I'll give Jackson my number for you after the show.
You created a hell of a Red Bull boy.
Let's
Right.
But so, anyways, I'm gonna just get my pick out there after all this craziness instead of going into fucking detail at this point in the night.
I already put the details that.
Bro,
Don't
just-
listen to me.
The details.
Just give me the fucking Redskins fucking
The Commanders.
No, it's Redskins.
fuck you.
Censor check.
It's the football team.
The football team.
I'm gonna go 35-21.
Ooh.
Okay. A little bit of a score out of the.
What you got, Ethan?
Yeah, so the Giants have not put up an offensive touchdown in like a few weeks now. So
Their defense scored a touchdown
Yeah.
in
They did.
Dallas.
yeah, and then the Commanders.
No, DeVito had 2 touchdowns.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, well, shit. Before the Dallas game, I think the stat.
Game anymore.
No, that's right though.
You know what? We've just fucked this game into a
I'm sorry.
It's his fault.
shit pile. It is his fault. Give me the Giants. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Jesus Christ. No, I'll take the Commanders.
Insane pick.
But I don't think the Giants are going to score as much as you guys say.
Is this the lock of the week then?
Oh, this is 100%
Yeah, this is
the lock,
the
of the week. Go put your money in Vegas.
Commanders.
Take the under and take the Commanders.
Look at this.
Ain't no
I
way
don't
in
know
hell
about that
this goes-
under.
I was say
unless the under over is 17 points, take the fucking under.
Just straight bet it. Play it safe. You don't need a parlay. Anyways, Commanders 30, Giants 8. There you go. They're gonna be trying to catch up at the end and be like, oh, 2 point, 2 point, and then
I was
nothing
wondering
else.
if it was a 2-pointer or safety.
Next game.
No safety.
Next
Their
game.
defense sucks.
Next game.
Who's the best player on the Giants defense?
Dexter Lawrence.
Did you think about it?
Yeah, I did.
Who is it?
Go fuck yourself. That's
Oh, you threw fucking fuck you. Sunday night football.
It's Kayvon Thibodeau. Sound it out, big boy.
I thought it was Kevin.
No, Kayvon.
Kayvon. We should call you Kayvon.
you didn't even know. All right, next game. This one's
Next game. This is the biggest game ever. This is the best game we're covering. this
fuck
week.
off.
The Vikings versus the Broncos. The 2 winning streak teams right now. The miracle comeback saving their seasons type teams. The Vikings on a 5-game win streak. The Broncos on a 3-game win streak. Which one of those wins was over the Chiefs?
Oh, what a fucking
We keep forgetting the face paint.
Yeah.
Yo, so who's not bringing
We
their
had
stuff
so much
out?
time to get the fucking face paint.
Yeah, but I also need to learn how to sound out
What is
words
this
now.
racism now?
It's no racism, bro. There's no racism.
All right,
Also,
that's
this
fair.
is the astronaut versus
the
Russell
pastronaut.
Wilson. No, God,
It's the
no.
pastronaut.
No, no,
Russell Wilson is playing like how we wanted him, or
Played
they
very
traded
well.
for.
24 for 29, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Game 1, Monday
Bailed
Night
out by
Football.
DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, bailed out by the ambulance.
Oh, fuck, bro. We're getting dark.
We're making that joke. Yeah, just saying if DeMar... No, that's not a joke.
Okay, skip it. We'll go post
I'm
production
sure
with that
you
one.
can put it together in your head. Where there's 12 men on the field. One of them had a serious moment last year, you could probably think of how different scenarios would have led to a different outcome.
Don't dig the hole. I like doing this show. Don't get us canceled. This is one of the highlights of my week.
This is a good thing.
Nothing you say is a good thing.
No, didn't you say something on Russell Wilson's leading in like a rating of some sort?
Well, last week he was third in passer rating, but I don't know where he's at right now.
Okay.
He probably had pretty good with a 24 for 29.
Because he threw that first tutty, or I don't know if it was the first one to Javonte Williams, and he got rocked. He had to kind of quick dump it. I don't know who he got laid out by, but he got rocked, and it was a pretty hard throw.
Yeah, I missed the first score. I was still on my way to watch the game. But that freaking, we got to talk about that catch from Cortland Sutton.
Bro,
that was ridiculous. That was nice.
An amazing play, but at the same time, so unnecessary.
Oh, yeah. Russ could have scrambled for 2 yards.
There was no one fucking there. It was like, how can I make this as hard as possible?
Like, let me take it back 10 yards, try and out-scramble 2 people, hit Cortland Sutton on the very edge.
Make Cortland Sutton work magic.
It worked out.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's part of he's the only player to throw the least amount of chance for it to score. It was like when Tyler Lockett had that weird toe tap a couple years ago in Seattle. Then he had that. They're both like 0.13% chance of being touchdowns, and they ended up being that and just some.
What is the percentage?
Next gen stat.
Oh,
it was next gen stat that they covered.
Random shit.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton is now second in receiving touchdowns in the NFL, which
that makes sense.
Mr. fucking consistent.
I mean, he's not even there with any other stats. If you look at the other guys on that list, they double his receiving yards, receptions, targets, all that, and he's still touchdowns second place. So that's pretty solid, Mr. Consistent.
How many does he have? Touchdowns?
He's at 7, and then Tyreek Hill has 8.
Okay.
And then, yeah, he's tied with
AJ Brown
some other people at 7.
Get there.
Yeah, AJ Brown's at 7 and Stephon Diggs at 7. So you should be
I feel
tied.
bad for Diggs.
Maybe AJ Brown's is behind in that, but
Brown has 6.
oh, okay. So yeah, it's just Diggs and Sutton tied. But anyways, Dobbs been playing amazing at the Vikings. He just came off another great game, 23 for 34, 268 yards, a touchdown, and no picks.
He had 1 rushing touchdown and 1 passing.
Oh, he had a rushing, yeah.
He had some swagger on that. You see him come in the end zone.
Bro, did you see?
He's a cool guy, honestly.
Did you see his coach when he ran that shit in? Like, he was like, what in the hell? Like how did you just make that work?
Yeah,
it's like
Connell was just sitting there like,
it was like Kyler Murray getting that long-ass 2-point conversion thing. Like, that was like, how the hell did you just turn that into that? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And then Hawkinson had a great game, 11 receptions, 134 yards, touchdown. So this is a very good matchup. The Broncos are favored at -2.5. Like Kevin said about the home teams earlier, this is in Denver, so that's they just kind of favor the home team. By
so
just
at 2.5, that means they're not as confident with the Vikings coming in.
Well, no, I think you were off by a point in what you said. Or it's -2.5 is when they're like, truly it's a 50-50. Let's give it to the home team. Because then it's like you can win with a field goal, but versus 3.5, you have to win with multiple field goals or a touchdown. But anyways, there's my gambling addict talking fucking craziness. I think this should be a good one, but I have to ride with my boys. And, I mean, it's a toss-up for sure. I'll call this toss-up of the week even. But give me the Broncos once again as a favored team, just barely with the home game shit that we just talked about. Give me the Broncos in a higher scoring because the Vikings have been like that. The Broncos need to keep up with them, which they can do against that Vikings defense. I'll take the Broncos 28, Vikings 25.
28-25.
Yeah. It's pretty good. What do you think, Chase?
Like you said, it's 50-50. There's no dominant, lock or anything. I do think Denver's starting to come together. They've figured it out with Sean Payton there, and I think Russell Wilson's starting to
cut the sleeves, baby.
Did he cut him off?
No,
but he should.
Yeah, he should.
He still needs to.
I think Denver's going to keep rolling just because of consistency with Wilson. I got him 21-14.
Hell yeah.
21-14 Denver?
Denver, yeah.
Okay, is Justin Jefferson back? There's things that
That's
I don't
what
think
I was
so.
Pretty sure he's
curious.
out for
He's
the
still
year.
out for
no, he's not out
Not
for the year. They
but for a
said
little
between
bit more.
4.
Don't say this shit. I
and
got
9
him on my
weeks.
IR in fantasy. Don't say.
He has 4 to 9 weeks is what I was seeing. I saw this thing where it's like when he was in, they were 1-4, but when without him, they're 4-0, or however many we're at there now. But
don't even know.
and this is in Denver.
Yep.
With
It's a primetime game too.
Yeah.
Sunday night. Oh, Sunday night.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
That chick is so hot, by the way. Side
Carrie
note.
Underwood.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah.
Sunday night football chick. That's what.
Yeah.
that is.
I don't know, with the confidence that the Vikings have in Josh Dobbs, and then how did Addison do last week? Do any of you guys
He
know?
did decent.
Hawkinson was the main
Hawkinson
Was he?
the
guy. He got a
dominant
few
dude.
receptions.
And did Cam Akers or Mattison do anything?
Their run game wasn't much.
No.
It was
Okay.
more Dobbs than anyone.
God, dude. Okay, ripping it. I'm gonna take Denver. God,
Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're gonna give me fucking tinnitus, you fucking jag
That made me
off.
so excited, bro.
in Denver,
loud.
they play outstanding. They do. That
Outstanding.
Yes,
Wow, look
they
at
do.
this guy.
oh,
You don't want
What
to
a
scream in the
save.
microphone again for that one?
Outstanding.
I'm gonna say
What were you saying about outstanding?
their defense is their Patrick Surtain's finally not getting like he's playing good D. He's not getting dusted by like someone named Robbie Chosen and shit like that. Their
The fuck?
linebacker core, yeah. When you
You
guys
just
got
pull that name out of your ass.
Robbie
No,
Chosen,
it was,
no, that's his
he
name on the
legally
Dolphins.
changed his name.
It was Robbie Anderson, and he
Yeah.
changed it legally to Chosen.
Robbie Anderson's on the Dolphins?
Yeah, he was the one that dusted when I think it was
I stopped
Mike
watching
White.
that game. though.
But, yeah, that was weeks ago. Looking at it now.
Dude, that dude's special.
His hair.
I turned that
he's got a
game off
tree on his
before
head.
halftime.
Justin Simmons, do you guys over the top? You guys are perfect, or not perfect, but you guys are strong in the secondary. And your linebacker core can handle the middle of the field. So with limited of, if you can, Josh Dobbs, you need to stop Josh Dobbs on the scramble. What are you doing?
I just love hearing you say this.
He's
But
getting a chubby over
I think
there.
if you can limit Hawkinson to 48 yards, even if he has a touchdown, that's fine.
49, and then we lose.
No, if you can limit into that low range, and I don't think that run game is going to be very strong. I'm going to take the game in Denver. Let's do 24-14.
Nice.
24-14 Denver.
So
But it comes second half. Though they pull away second half.
Okay.
this is what it comes down to for me. He talks about trying to hold Hawkinson to 48. I don't see it. Who are you going to put on him? Josie Jewell, I don't think is that fast. Kincaid put up decent numbers against them. Hawkinson's top 5 tight end in the league right now. Can't even argue that.
It's top 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
We still got Simmons, bro. Simmons is
Over the top, bro.
He's
yeah,
an all
but he
around.
isn't, like
guy.
Hawkinson's big and physical. It's going to be a hard matchup no matter who you put on him.
That's,
You know what I mean?
that's
Then-
the story of
Yeah.
tight ends, pretty much.
But and then Addison on Surtain is going to be an insane matchup to watch.
The speed match.
Something about Josh Dobbs I really like. So I'm taking the Vikings 24-21. Skull, baby.
He's thinking.
What do
about
you
that.
think of Denver's run game with Javonte Williams and Perrion?
It's okay.
I think Perrion had a pretty decent outing. I mean, every time I watched him run, he
What'd you
got
say?
Samaje P. Ryan.
P. Ryan.
He used to play for Washington.
I don't.
So bad at this.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I thought
played
he was,
in the-
I thought
you know,
he was
he's
just
the
with the
Bengals.
Bengals his whole
No,
career.
he was drafted by Washington.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he was behind Fat Rob.
But if I feel like they can run on Minnesota. Like early in the year, I feel like they could. even with Hunter and Harrison Smith and no, he's not there anymore. I was gonna say Xavier Rhodes, but I think he's on the Colts now.
Our run game is it's solid. It's what you need out of a run game. We get 4 or 5 yards when we run the ball, and that's all you need.
And then Cortland Sutton, he's again, like we said, consistent. And then in the play action, that's when I feel, I don't know if I'm wrong about this. Russell Wilson's pretty comfortable now. I feel like he can run a good play. He can run a play action. He's comfortable even if he has a little bit of pressure on him.
He just checks downs now more too,
which is good. You don't want to force it. And I mean, look what happened when we played you guys. So
yeah.
But I really think they're gonna have to split the run game. But I think Russell Wilson's gonna have at least 150 yards though. He'll have a couple over the top.
I'd give him at least 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So we got 1 Viking, 3 Denver. I swear to God, if I finally take the Broncos and they shit the bed completely like the Jags
It's not going to happen.
Dude, this is him every week trying to cover for his shit picks. I swear to God.
Dude, you tried to call the fucking Bears being, well, we're 1-4, but we're gonna end 3-4, and now you guys are 3
this
fucking
he's
7.
just shitty. His picks suck. That's what. Dude, he can't pronounce names, and his picks suck. That's all it is.
You're running back Perrine.
I said Perrian.
Perrian? What is it?
Vivivo.
Vivivo. Vibrator dildo.
That was good. I'll give you that. But either way, I'm taking the Broncos. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let's go.
Fuck yes. That's what I like to hear. So, our next games are the Chiefs versus Eagles.
No.
Bears versus Lions.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do Bears first?
Let's do Bears. Lions.
Yeah. We'll end on a good note because this one ain't gonna be pretty.
All right. Bears, Lions. Kevin, what do you got?
So we're coming off an ugly win against the worst team in the league. The 2 good things that came out of that, we won. Well, also Montez Sweat, I'll get into that later. But 2, we have Carolina's picks, so we now currently hold the 1st and the 5th overall pick.
Hell yeah.
Drake May and Marvin Harrison Jr. Because I'm not sold on Caleb Williams, but that's a topic for another day.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But
We all agree with you, so it's okay.
He's a bitch ass.
He's going to New York.
Gonna go cry to his mommy when he can.
That'd be sick to see, honestly.
So-
and the Giants.
Chicago's defense has steadily improved, especially with Sweat. Sweat had 5 QB pressures on Thursday, which is the most by a Bear in 2 seasons. He's really freed other people up. Ngakoue got a sack. Justin Jones got a sack. They were really getting after him. They were forcing Bryce Young to make mistakes, which I realize isn't saying much, but still, it shows improvement. And the young guys are playing better. Like Tyreek Stevenson every week has played better. Should have had pick 6, was right in his hands. He dropped it. Is what it is. But he's playing much better week by week. Fields is back, which means the offense becomes more dynamic again, especially with his lock in connection with DJ Moore is just different. This is different. He's going to get
Fields
yards.
coming back is probably the biggest thing you have going for you besides Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
You're welcome, by the way.
How do you really think he's gonna perform against that Lions defense and Aiden Hutchinson?
I think they might be sleeping on him a little bit because the Bears are this easy opponent and the Lions are coming in, off a dub and off of a great dub.
I think the
could see
Bears
them
will put
sleeping
up
on
some
them.
points.
Yeah.
But I also think everyone was going into that Ravens game and hot shit. They know they can't do that shit again because they got embarrassed.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so and that's what everyone thought when the Bears played the Commies. No one thought the Bears were gonna put up that much against the Commies.
No. I was
But
crying.
so I really feel like still
I was crying for a different reason than you were.
that the Lions are still going to have something way to just they want to fuck you guys up and so that they just because they lost to the Ravens like that, they can still handle no matter what the team is. If they played the Chiefs or whoever else that was in the AFC, NFC, it doesn't matter. So I don't know.
It's not going to be a blowout, though.
No.
That being said, Jared Goff, 2,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, 5 picks. The Lions defense sketches me out. 21 sacks, 8 picks, and 3 forced fumbles. But like I said, Fields' ability to move around the pocket helps that a little more. You saw what a mobile quarterback and Lamar Jackson kind of did to that pass rush. He kind of neutralized it a little bit, made Aiden Hutchinson think a lot more. So I'm gonna take the Lions.
And this is in Detroit.
Yeah. 28-17.
Dang. He's being so
Close.
nice to his
That's
Bears.
close.
Giving him 17.
What do you think, Ethan?
I do see a blowout happening. For all the shit that Kevin just said, the Lions just popped off. Jared Goff went 23 for 33 with 330 yards and 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra just fucking popped off. 8 receptions, 156 yards and a touchdown. Both the running backs popping off with 116 from Montgomery and a touchdown, and then 77 from Gibbs and 2 touchdowns. The Lions are running the ball up like crazy. They're passing very well. Jared Goff is arguably in the top 5 right now. I wouldn't put him there, but a lot of people are. And the Bears, with some slow improvements and with Justin Fields coming back, they're not to be reckoned with. But it's still the Lions. It's still a top team in the league, probably top 5 still.
Oh, 100%.
And I mean, they can't be taking any more easy losses. Like it's a race at this point. Nobody is locked in as the favorite.
Oh, no.
No.
And I mean, the Lions are in the conversation for that, so they need to be playing their asses off. And that being said, I think they're going to come out and crush the Bears 34-10.
Also, you have to look at, you talk about that run game. Bears have the second best run defense in the league just after the Eagles.
Yeah, but
You gotta.
I don't think
David Montgomery. He's a power back, and he broke one for 70 yards after coming back off an injury. And then Gibbs is fast as shit, and when he gets into that open field, he's scary. So
If he can get to the open field.
yeah. But he's been showing that the last couple weeks, and he did have 2 tutties this last week. And who did the Gibbs embarrass? Like he had over 100-something yards and a tutty, and he was breaking. I forgot who.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
So and Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta, dude, that offense is scary.
Oh yeah.
And like Ethan said, they're gonna want to know one's ahead, like even if it's favored. And Justin Fields coming back, the confidence in the Bears, I'm sure, is gonna be a lot higher, and they have improved on defense with Montez Sweat. But I really do agree with Ethan that the Lions are going to blow you guys away. But it will be higher scoring with Fields back instead of Badgett. But I don't think Foreman is going to do that much. Because when they rely heavy on him, he gets his yards, dude, they're unstoppable. Well, they're not unstoppable, but it's a really good game for the Bears when Badgett's not doing as great, or if Justin Fields can't do as much just because he's finally back. And if you can limit DJ Moore. I think the score is going to be, let's do Lions. Let's do 28-10.
Nice. 6 points off of mine.
Yeah.
What you got, Chase?
Well, I will back up the idea that the Bears have an amazing run defense. Adding Sweat to that, being able to, lock down on running backs. Lions just had 2 running backs come off of amazing weeks. David Montgomery's back. I think they're going to utilize both. Amon-Ra is going to go amazing. Bears are coming off a win, though, against the Panthers. It wasn't pretty, but a win's a win. So I'm going to give them 7 points, and the Lions are going to take it 27-7. I'm not salty about week 5. I just, yeah.
That's fair. It's just the Bears.
Yeah.
It's the 4 little Bears.
And I hate Fields.
Bear down.
Do you really feel like, I don't know if it's just Badgett not getting it to DJ Moore, because when Justin Fields is with DJ Moore, they are elite. Like, they did amazing. But was it that just the performance of against Forbes or whoever it was? Like,
No, because he was lighting other people up, too.
I know, I'm just saying, is it really
Against
that?
Washington?
Or because No, it was other teams.
I mean,
besides
what
Washington.
was it
He
really?
did
though?
light up
3
on
weeks
Say,
span.
when he played Forbes, DJ had like 200 something yards
and 3 touchdowns,
Yeah, and 8
Yeah, I know.
receptions.
He sat there on the bench.
I can tell you what our team's problem is, but
No, but the thing is, because and when you throw Mooney, when Badgett had that first play of 50-yard bomb, but it was a deep ass bomb.
Yeah, that game.
When
I
you
was
said Fields can handle it outside the pocket well, I don't really know if I agree with you on that. Only because when was it Denver? When he played the play action, the dude's in his face, he got frantic. But when he's set stationary, that fucker can sling it.
right, but I'm saying if he gets in the open field, he's dangerous.
It's hard to say
It's
off
hard.
of like early season where a lot of the mistakes were happening because
Yeah.
obviously Denver allowed someone to put up 70 points
Yeah.
against them, but now they're shutting down the top offensive in the league. I don't know how Justin Fields is going to do. It was like a 3-week span that they were, elite, as we're saying, with DJ Moore and Justin
Yeah,
Fields.
but that stopped when Fields got hurt. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
wasn't like there was a drop off before he got hurt. It was like he got hurt and then everything cooled down.
It could have kept going, but it could have been a fluke too, and we'll never
We just
know.
don't. We
No,
just
I know.
because
That's
it
what I'm
didn't
saying.
happen, so, but against the Lions, I don't see it happening.
Well, this will be a true test for Fields. So
Yeah.
I mean, this would be the game if he's like.
He's
Oh.
coming off of a thumb injury, like he should
Yeah.
be fine.
No, they'll fuck up on your throwing hand. They'll fuck a lot of shit up.
Yeah.
Think about the way you're
Yeah.
holding a football and all that,
I don't
Yeah.
think he
and
can
taking
do
a
it.
snap,
So,
and when you go
can't.
tuck it on a run for a quarterback that runs a lot.
He's got to be ready though. Like, I mean,
Especially
sitting
they
out with a
just-
thumb injury must feel so.
Come with
shitty.
his. Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially he had a long break because they played Thursday night.
Yeah,
Like they were
and
saying,
he was questionable for that game.
Yeah, because he was throwing the ball all week, so he should be 100% ready to go, no excuses.
Yeah.
I think it'll be rocky for him early on, like the first 2-3 drives. I don't think he'll do much, but I think he'll start to settle in and just go from there. The offensive line's done much better, but that's why either way, I'm taking the Lions, but I have it closer than you guys do.
Well, that's fair to say. And you're a Bears fan, so you get to show them some love.
Yeah.
Most exciting game on the docket, Monday Night Football. We've got the Eagles against the Chiefs.
An Arrowhead, baby.
Both teams coming off of bye weeks. Yeah, this one's in Kansas City. This is a big game. This is a big test for either team. This is a Super Bowl rematch. Jackson, what do you think about your precious piece of shit, garbage fucking team?
Hey, you guys.
He wishes they had
Bro.
Kayvon Vivivo.
God, it's never going away.
No, it's
But
not.
I even said when they were gonna play Miami, I thought Miami was gonna toast them. I had no confidence in the Chiefs, and they lost to Denver, which at that point in time, Denver was not a good team at all.
They had beat the Packers. At that
The Packers aren't really
Packers
like doing
weren't.
that.
Packers started it, but no one still had confidence for it.
Packers started strong, and then
And
it was
with-
just like
And then Jordan-
Jordan
Yeah.
Love has gotten worse by
Oh,
every
yeah.
week.
He's falling.
Yeah.
Like he had 2-3 good games, and then it's like, fuck, just went down.
I mean, and his 2-3 were like fourth quarter like flukes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't like consistent.
Like
Yeah.
Atlanta, Chicago, and then
I
what
was
was
say
the
they
the
did
third
same
have
one
his
he
beat
had?
down on
The same.
Chicago, but
Yeah.
But with the bye week and win coming off the Dolphins, I think that's really good for the Chiefs. And Mahomes was finally, he had the flu against the week
Denver.
prior to that, Denver. But the way he was playing, exactly, the way he was slinging it and forcing, that doesn't justify just because he has the flu. Like, I get he's tired and all that shit, but he finally got the groove back. They were in Germany for that Thursday, and you said whoever gets there first can acclimate better, which you think so because Miami was there for a week
longer.
and then they got there that Thursday. I will say we started off red hot, but we started to fall apart quickly because we had a 21-0 lead going into half, and we won 14-21.
Yeah, Tua bailed you guys out.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Tua
I
had
was gonna
that.
say.
He could have put that away, but Tyreek fumbling and throwing it back to Cook for the tutty.
That was
right
nuts.
before.
I saw
That was nuts. And they limited Tyreek because they knew that's what they had to do. Because, like you said, Tua forced makes the throw, but the receivers have to adjust to it to actually make the catch.
Yeah.
Mahomes on the season has 2,442 yards, 17 TDs, and 8 interceptions, but his passer rating's a 96.7. Pacheco has only 525 yards and 3 tutties, but I really think we need to establish our run game a lot better to where he doesn't have to force and throw 40 times a game, etc. And Kelsey only has 597 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then wide receiver core, it's like we have no problem, but they're not anything to be like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, we got.
We don't have a guy.
Yeah, we don't have. We have Patrick Mahomes who makes him look good. Like our rookie, Rashee Rice, he has 378 yards and 4 tutties on the year. So our offense is very well balanced, but can we play all 4 quarters as strong as we start with? Like, no, you don't need to come off red hot and stay that way. You can stay consistent, start slow, but make sure with the defense or the offense of the Eagles, they're seeing about the same range. Jalen Hurts has 2,347 yards, 15 TDs, and 8 interceptions with a 97% passer rating. Swift has 614 yards, 3 tutties. A.J. Brown is going to be the big talk of that game. He has he has 1,005 yards rushing, 6 tutties, and Devontae Smith has 533 yards and 4 tutties. That's from first to second, like that. And our defense, it's okay. Our linebacker Tranquil has 56 tackles and 38 solos. I think he's second year McDuffie from Washington.
Dude's solid.
He's super good. I think he has 51 tackles, 39 solo, and then Chris Jones has finally been back since before the start of the year, and he only has 17 tackles. But our safety,
he does a lot in there.
He does. He can get pressure
as an interior lineman. The stats don't always show what you're adding to everything.
I forgot his name. It's like, I'm not even going to try to say his name because
you're forgetting Ladarius Sneed.
I was just about to say Sneed, our second corner, bro, has 30 tackles and 1 interception. And our safety Justin Reed, we have a very well set.
You have the best defense in the league.
Yes, but we don't have any big crazy names. Like when you think of when we had Tyrann Mathieu, we lost him. No one said anything about Cook. There's Harrison Smith. There's Justin Simmons. There's Jesse Bates.
Do they still have Nick Bolden?
No, he's out on wrist injury now. But we do have Noah Gay. No, it's Willie Gay. Sorry.
Willie Gay.
Yeah. Noah Gray. Willie Gay he always puts his hands up. He's good.
Yeah.
He can come away with a couple picks. But the thing is, that defense also is about the same for the Eagles. Blankenship, 55 tackles, 2 interceptions. Darius Slay, Kevin Byard. Darius Slay has 40 tackles, 2 interceptions. Hassan Reddick's a veteran there. He's great off the edge. He has 19 tackles. Fletcher Cox is a veteran there. And that O-line in Philly is Jason Carey, Lane Johnson, De'Aaron Swift, and back. They got Gaylord. Yeah, like that. This game it's a Super Bowl rematch, but I think with how much is on the line, how close these teams are, it's going to be a shootout. It's really going to depend on which quarterback can make the least amount of mistakes, who can throw the least amount of interceptions, but also contribute into how much you can spread the ball, whether it's dumping it to a check down or running it for your running back having maybe 65 yards or more to put that pressure off on your defense. I think in Arrowhead, we got a lot coming through, and we're not going to get into the whole fucking Travis Kelce and his other shit. But
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no. So coming off the bye week, we've had a win against a pretty damn good team. I'm going to take the Chiefs. Let's do 21-24.
Dang.
So my big thing in that game is I think the Eagles are a little more physical than the Chiefs are. I don't think the Chiefs are ready for that. They haven't played any real physical teams. Like the Broncos played them like that, and what happened?
Exactly.
The Broncos are a very physical team. Miami's not. Miami's very showy, pass heavy. Their defense isn't really pressuring. They're not run the ball down your throat like Moser and that Acne kid were like,
Devon, I think.
yeah, they're
A
shit.
chain.
No, it's a chain, bro. Yeah. God,
I know.
I could have had that. I could have had that.
Devon Agnew, yeah. Wait, it's a chain.
I could have had that, man.
But those guys are shifty. Neither of them are like powering over people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, what do
like
you-
they're not physical teams. So I like the Eagles and their level of physicality. Especially you look at those tackles, Lane Johnson and Mailata are just beast. And then Jason Kelsey's the best center in the history of the game. So I like him versus Chris Jones.
How do you think then when the Eagles played the Jets and took that loss to Zach Wilson? Like,
Yeah,
do
but
you really,
that was
no,
on
I'm
Jalen
saying-
he
Hurts.
got bailed out by
No, but I'm not even saying like I'm not disagreeing with you, but do you really think New York's that physical as well, like against that?
It's Hurts' fault because being a physical
yeah.
team, they still don't pass very well.
But also Jalen Hurts doesn't like to scramble. Like when he comes in,
he's also been
he's not
playing
gonna
hurt
like,
though with a knee
Yeah.
injury.
yeah, but I'm just saying when it comes to a 3rd and goal, you're on the 1 and you have a chance to scramble, he just falls, like he just plops. Like you won't
Tush push.
do even not even the tush.
it works.
That shit. The only team that could have stopped it was
I was
the
gonna say
Commies,
they
bro.
found a way to just stick your hand out and poke it for them. Try and get-
Right, yeah. So it's
Fucking
really going
awesome.
to come down to smash mouth football. Like it.
And that's why I like Philly. So
And the thing is, are they going to like? Obviously, they're going to know. Kelsey likes to sit over the middle and go over the middle. If you bring your safety down, we have some speedy dudes. We got MVS. We got Kadarius Toney, Rashee Rice. Like we have dudes that can make plays because of our quarterback. But what is that going to mean when it comes down to and our physicality? When you're Pacheco runs only 2 runs straight, and Clyde
and he's going to run straight into Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and Fletcher Cox,
Yeah.
Nolan Smith. I can just keep going,
I
dog.
don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't see as much confidence as you guys do in the Eagles. But like I said, I already put my score out there. So
Give me the Eagles. I'm basically just going to flip it on you. I'm going to go 24-21 Eagles.
I really doubt that
Yeah.
if any of these teams pull away, whether it's the Chiefs or the Eagles, that'll be surprising. There's some blood going in from that.
Yeah, that's
It's
why,
going to be a
PI
close
call,
one.
the PI
that's why
call
we
from
both
Juju,
got it
like
as a
it's
fucking 3-point game.
the Eagles are gonna have something to prove. Like the Chiefs shouldn't have won that Super Bowl because that PI called was bullshit. That's what everyone else
Oh,
thinks.
now you admit it.
No, I don't think. Dude, it's the fucking refs. What do you expect? Don't tug on the man's jersey.
The Eagles had plenty of chances.
Yeah,
to win.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Like,
they're gonna have something to fucking prove, but also the Chiefs are like, we're not a fluke just because we lost to Denver and all this other shit. We can still get business and get to that Super Bowl again with even the doubters that we're on a downfall. We're in a rebuild stage.
Oh yeah,
No, we're
when
not.
Tyreek went out, everyone lost.
Yeah, and
fucking
even like
Chiefs, and
our
they
fucking
proved it wrong.
roommate Troy, bro, he thinks they're fraudulent, they're falling apart, they're in a rebuild. No, they're not.
He's a Packers fan.
Dude,
fuck
he's
Troy.
fucking stupid.
What a fucking loser.
I know. That's one thing I will.
like, bro, God. So
I hope he listens to the show. Fuck you and fuck the
bro, he
Packers.
wants to be on this show.
Fucking
I said,
No, you're not coming on.
no, he wanted to come on. I'm like, bro,
Rejected, right?
you
now.
don't even
We had
know.
one Packers fan on, and that's it. That's all we
No,
allow.
we'll have-
Worst day
Season.
we ever had.
We'll have one more because he knows his damn shit, and that's Brady. Shout out to you. I know you listen to the show.
Oh, yeah.
He was the one that listened to it.
I
before the
have a
video.
Packers fan in the
Yeah.
lineup too.
No,
so-
but Troy didn't even. He's like,
dead to me.
oh,
sorry.
oh, dude, it comes to
Dead to
Sunday,
me.
and Troy's like, oh, dude, who'd we play? I'm like, you didn't even know who you played? Like, you're a Packers fan, you say, oh, Jordan Love's hot shit. Oh, then he sucks, and then all your wide receivers are from fucking Walmart. I'm like, dude, you don't even know you played the
Jaden
Steelers.
Reed's a fucking dog. Are you fucking
we all-
serious?
and Watson's
And
the
Christian Watson. Man, who is this guy?
No, and
I
Brady-
hope you watch the show, bro. You're a clown. You don't know shit about football.
No, it was Christian Watson that last game. That was what Brady was telling me. It was all
Jalen
Christian
Reed
Watson.
went off last game.
Yeah, and Jordan
You
Love.
know a lot about the Packers. You're such a Packers hater.
Jalen Reed's from the Chicago area. Same with Laporta. That's why I know a lot about him.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But okay,
Fuck Troy. Enough
Yeah.
said.
No.
Chase,
Ethan.
what you
yeah,
got?
Troy, Chase.
I do love Philly's defense a little bit more than I do with the Chiefs, and both their offenses are amazing. Both quarterbacks have made mistakes this year. I mean, Jalen Hurts is the reason they lost that Jets game. He's throwing interceptions. I do think, regardless, there's going to be 3 INTs this game. It's which
Total or from each quarterback?
total. It just which quarterback
From
makes
each-
two
Yeah,
of them.
6 INTs, you fucking moron.
Whoa, you don't fucking God. He didn't specify, man. Because what if he's like, oh yeah, 3 interceptions from each quarterback, and it fucking happens.
And I'm like,
It's like you pick. Yeah, you go with your gut.
I'm
You,
not-
you going with your gut, bro. About your stupid. All right, fuck you guys. Get on with it.
I do think it'll come down to, which defense plays better, and I see Philly taking it with that D-line. I think it's going to be a little bit higher. It's going to be quick scores off bat, 31-28 Philly.
Okay.
Nice.
It's going to be close no matter what, though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not going to be
It's
a
not
blowout.
going to be a blowout like the Bears, and yeah.
You're just still salty about week 5, bro.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, Ethan, what you got?
Well, the last thing that we haven't talked about, because you guys kind of covered everything except for the coaching here. And I think when it comes down to coaching, the Chiefs have the edge.
Oh, yeah.
And like you guys say, like 2 good offenses, the Eagles have a little bit of an edge with their physicality. The Chiefs have a little bit more of an edge with just their like explosive playability.
Yeah, big playability. Yeah.
And I think that Chiefs defense, I have to disagree. I think the Chiefs defense is just a little better coverage wise. Maybe D-line wise, you guys are right. But coverage wise, that Chiefs defense is blanketing people up.
With your guys' go ahead. I'll let you finish, and I'll put in my comment.
So yeah, at the end of the day, when you come down to these 2 evenly matched, teams of gladiators in a Super Bowl rematch, yes, gladiator. Let me be a hardcore.
Are we not doing
Salah type
Vikings
person.
anymore? Is that now?
It's all the same. Vikings, gladiators.
Can I put
I can't say Vikings this week. They're playing the Broncos. Gotta stay off of
I
that.
appreciate the superstition. I'm with you on that.
Exactly. Yeah. I won't say anything about Lions either. So
I appreciate you, dog.
yes, sir.
Can I put a hot take in on this game, though?
Yeah.
I think that A.J. Brown will go off no matter what happens. I think he's going
That's
to
not
be
even
able
a
to
hot
get
take,
open.
bro.
No, I'm saying
No, because you got.
I'm saying 2 touchdowns, 150 yards, and he's going to end my fantasy losing streak. Finally.
He's on my
The fantasy
team, so I'm
streak,
about it.
the fantasy streak's probably the hot take part, but the rest of it's pretty like
I don't know.
normal.
2 touchdowns is hot take.
Okay,
Hands
but
I don't know for
You
AJ
guys-
Brown though.
He's probably gonna get 1,
you'll get one.
Yeah.
but 2's tough.
The thing is, you've been saying about this whole physical, how the front line. I don't know how Pacheco's going to get into this secondary and all this. You even told me the Eagles are number 1 in the league of yards allowed in rushing with 66.3 yards.
Yeah.
So if you guys are, you guys need to be. We need to have a split game of the rushing, but then you guys are talking about how physical and how the D line's going to be so good where Pacheco's not going to bust anything through. The Eagles have lost to a shitty team and have come close to even closer teams with just the rushing. And yes, Jalen Hurts making mistakes when he gets frantic. So I really think, Ethan, this offensive game between these two, it's really going to come down to the rushing effect too.
I would like
Also,
to go
you have
back.
to think about. You talk about like it's just them who have played it close with bad teams. You guys,
We have too, yeah.
I was gonna say you guys rightfully should have lost that Jets game.
Yeah.
Yes.
He threw that flag like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
He just got the call in from New York. All right, cool.
Well, and everyone thought, like even going into hot shit at the beginning of the year with the Lions and fucking Chiefs.
Lions
We got
are
our
good, though.
ass. I know. I'm not saying they're not bad, but I'm saying no one thought the Lions were going to come into that game winning. Like not a lot of people. I'm
I
sure
mean,
some did.
Kadarius Toney was the loser of that game.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
He's a loser in general. Fuck that guy.
He's too busy wearing do-rags looking like Buzz Lightyear. But I don't know.
I will say this, though. You keep mentioning how they lost to a shitty Jets team. I don't feel it's a shitty Jets team. I feel like it's a shitty situation. They got Zach Wilson again. He hasn't
Yeah.
been performing. If Aaron Rodgers is in there, they would have been performing amazing. They've got an amazing D. They've got young studs in Breece Hall and what's the other dude's name? Garrett Wilson. They've been starting to perform a lot better with Zach Wilson. They're just figuring it out. And I do think Aaron Rodgers will be back this year.
Oh, he will.
And I think when he comes back, they will light it up. If they can start winning now, I think they'll make the playoffs and get it.
Fuck all that.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins
They can
is
get
a free
playoffs.
Kirk
agent.
Cousins. Oh, he's.
Do you
yeah.
really?
He's.
I feel like
Kirk
Robert.
Cousins is younger. So I'd take him over Rodgers.
Oh, I would
this
too.
point in his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prime Rodgers, no way. But like at this,
Well,
like today,
yeah.
Before the Achilles tear, I'd agree with you.
Yeah,
I feel
But
like
not anymore.
even when Rodgers comes back, because I bet he will, I guarantee the Jets offense and Salah are going to be really like nervous to put him into a high passing attempts or even in anything in general. To where I think they're really going to limit him kind of on a snap count, but not necessarily.
I mean, but if Aaron Rodgers is willing to do his job and that's who they need to win the games, like they're gonna have to do it. They're gonna have to say,
Yeah.
"Fuck your injury, go play."
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
such
I
a
mean,
tough
why are we talking
division,
about the
too.
Jets? Fuck the Jets.
No, because
we were talking about both these teams almost. One
Losing.
team did lose to the Jets. The
One
other
should
one
have.
almost did.
Yeah, almost
so that's why the Jets are relevant.
I mean, and if we're pulling in this record
that proves it-
conversation, the Eagles are gonna win
Yeah.
because they've had more games that aren't close. I mean, the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you take all their toss-ups and reverse them, they'd be like 3-4 or some shit right now.
well, I
Like,
think
they
the
would-
Eagles would be the same.
The Eagles, I don't think have had that many as
They've
the
had
Chiefs.
pretty
have.
they've
damn
played
tight
a
ones
lot
at the
of.
beginning
They
of the year.
played 2 tight ones with Washington.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They played a tight
very sad.
one with Minnesota, and then obviously they lost to the Jets.
And this all just ties into the point that you made that no one
They did kick
no
the
one
shit out of
that's
the Cowboys,
favored
though.
yeah, that's true.
no one's favored heavy is ever really favored that heavy. Like any game can go any certain
That's a
way.
mindset.
And no one's favored in this one. This
No.
one's a toss-up. But yeah, like I was trying to say, it comes down to the coaching on this one with the teams just being so evenly matched. I think Andy Reid's going to pull something out of that cooking book.
It's not Bird.
Off of a bye week, too. He has had some time to play with the chalk and whatnot. And not to say that Sirianni's not going to do that, but
Shout out my
Reid has
Paisan.
proven himself as a better coach than Sirianni. And so when it just comes down to better coaching, I'm going to take the Chiefs on this one. Let's go Chiefs country. Let's ride.
You're going
Not
against
even-
your own rival.
I'd even take the Chiefs
Going
in
your
a
own
home
rival.
Philly.
I'm picking my rival. Yeah, and it's the Chiefs at
I'd
home.
even if they were in Philly, I'd take the Chiefs because
I don't know.
I know Andy Reid
Philly's
coached.
a dangerous
no, I
place
know,
to play
but
at.
Andy Reid
With their
knows
fans,
it because
it's
he
dangerous
coached
for
there.
everyone.
He'd get a Philly
Physically.
cheesesteak and he'd coach his ass off.
No. Andy Reid coached for Philly, so he knows how that culture is. So that wouldn't phase him at all, and he knows and gets his players ready for that. I don't think, no matter where this is a home or away game, no one's fully home. But in Arrowhead, the Chiefs do play a lot different.
Yeah.
So I mean, when they're away, they showed that against Denver. Good God. So, but when they're in Arrowhead, it's not Burrowhead. They fucking own Cincinnati. Even though when
Just playoff wise.
What's the record there? 4-1, I think.
You guys just
I
got
don't
the
know.
one game.
They own them.
I'm just saying in general, there's even if Joe Burrow is the first person to have 3, I think it was 3 in a row
Yeah.
on Mahomes.
But then he got the AFC
No one-
championship,
exactly.
which is what matters. And he did that on one leg. That's probably one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking Burrow versus Mahomes duel. I mean, that's why I went with
Well, that's what's been
Mahomes
the
in
last
Super Bowl.
2
It's
years.
better than fucking
He's
yeah.
owned.
Yeah. Well, no, before that it was the Josh Allen versus Mahomes.
Yeah, I was just saying
No,
the
because
Burrow.
the Bengals went the year
Oh
before.
yeah.
But the-
So they went
3 years
back to
ago.
back years.
Yeah, and Chiefs are 3 years in a row, aren't they? Besides that
Yeah.
Bengals trip.
But the Burrow,
Yeah.
I agree with you. Burrow and Mahomes duel is way better than what Josh Allen and Mahomes ever had.
I think Josh Allen's
I
starting
agree.
to slowly go downhill. I mean, his own teammate, Stephon Diggs, I don't know if you guys saw it.
Stephon Diggs is a piece of shit, though.
I know.
He causes
He-
problems no matter
He
what.
I know.
wants to
he
be
always
done.
has. That's the issue is I mean, he's not wrong about it. He is starting whatever issues with his quarterback, but Josh
They need
Allen
to
is
do
giving
something new too. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to bank on the same thing they came up
Well-
with 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
It's time to evolve as an offense.
Well, yeah, and
I
even-
mean, they got rid of their offensive coordinator. It could change. I mean, Josh Allen was really good. He's slowly been more and more inconsistent.
yeah.
Maybe it'll turn around. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
in the offensive corner, yeah, he's the one calling the plays. But Josh Allen's making a decision to where to throw the damn ball.
Yeah.
So it's hard to talk on. And even at the beginning of the year, yeah, Stephon Diggs is an asshole because they were even worried because he didn't go to training camp. He was out. I don't know if he went at all or he even showed up. They were worried he was even going to play in the beginning of the regular season. So who knows if he's even going to be there next year whenever his contract ends.
Everything I've ever seen, though, because there's always these rumors about Diggs. Everything I've ever seen him respond is like, "Nah, I'm with my dogs. Like, let's go Bills." Like, I've never seen him act that way. I've just heard.
Really?
I've just heard about it. And at games he loses his temper, but besides that, like I've never seen him act that he seems like a good teammate from what I've seen, and the media kind of likes to drag him through the mud.
Yeah.
I think that's more. And he missed the first week of training camp. Well, dude's tired. He plays football all year. Like he could miss the first week of training camp as a top 5.
But you're a captain.
He reminds me of
It's
Terrell
not the best
Owens.
thing, but it's not gonna destroy his career.
It shows a character.
I agree.
If you are a
it
leader
shows
of
that you're not as
team,
committed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you need to, because when it becomes to your rookies, where it comes to Gabe Davis, when it comes to James Cook, that leader is supposed to be who shows the example of how that team is and what they want it to be.
Yeah. And he's not nearly as bad as Devontae Adams, though.
No. Devontae, yeah, who fucking celebrates that when your coach gets fired, you're playing basketball against one-on-one?
He's like, I've never been happier.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
it goes back to the whole Antonio Brown thing, running around when he got traded out of the Raiders. Like, I'm free. It shows character, and it shows, he's not as...
To be fair, though,
Entitled
my
fucks.
whole thing with Antonio Brown is he was normal till he took that hit from Burfict.
Yeah.
Montez
Like,
Burfict
then
is a
he-
piece
No,
of
I
fucking
really
That's so
think-
true. The
I really
internet
think
has
that's what
completely
it is.
shown the
That fucker's
CTE
got
case.
CTE.
Is that-
We have a CTE case study on the internet.
Oh, I guarantee
And
you.
it's Antonio
Yeah.
Brown.
That is the game where, like, what's his name? The old Pittsburgh wide receiver. TikTok
Fucking
dude. Juju.
Juju
Is that
laid
the
him
one
the
where he laid him
fuck out after that.
Yeah, right after
It
that.
was
He
like a
stood
little
over him
later.
like, what the fuck
And
up,
then
bro?
the announcers were like, "You don't like to see that." Fuck yeah, like this guy's sticking up for his
That's his
teammate.
teammate, yeah.
Bro, you know
He
how
just
many-
went and laid the boom and looked over him like, "Don't do that fucking shit." That's
Allen
what you
Iverson.
love. That's the type of teammate shit you love.
Yeah.
Like that was the one good thing Chase Claypool did as a Bear. Is Jair Alexander got after what's his name? Justin Fields week 1 and fucking hit him when he was 3 yards out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking Claypool took him and tossed his ass.
Yeah.
Where it's
And
like,
it's like,
Oh, yeah.
that's the one good thing he does. You're supposed to protect your guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
So that's what you want to see.
I could argue
what the
that's a Mike Tomlin. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Style
Input
thing.
on his team. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all look out for each other.
Influence, yeah.
wait, and if you don't, like, that just shows the whole morale of that team. Doesn't matter if you're winning the fucking game, but if you're not, especially your fucking quarterback, if you're not defending your quarterback, whether he gets hit, laid out of bounds, what does that mean? Like, if he's getting sacked, are you really blocking or are you going to let him through?
No.
Like, it's just like fucking the longest yard mean machine.
Well, yeah.
Like-
and we can take this back to something we've talked about a few times is that Browns team. How could you ever rally around such a piece of shit as Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
But they have such a super team. They really do. And
Yeah.
they are starting to just kind of forget about the past.
Because it's
this is
more
the
than just-
quarterback.
Yeah.
And
I
now they're
don't know if
playing
they
well.
really like embrace him as much as it's we're gonna
Like
get
it was-
shit done and you're here.
I think after enough
know what I mean?
time, like that, all that in his past, just like we need to win football games, and
That's
this guy's
what-
able to get it done.
Business.
And, yeah, I don't love him, but eventually the chemistry's gonna build. Sitting in a locker room with this guy,
Well,
and,
And
yeah, we're
he's
starting to
also-
see him play well. Like
He's picked it up.
teamwork is huge.
He's
So-
picked it up a lot with Amari Cooper over the last.
yeah, Amari
So,
Cooper's
yeah.
been a dog, and
Oh, yeah.
Joku is still a tall target down there.
Yeah.
Getting rid of Peoples Jones, who knows?
I don't know.
Well, even
why.
That was just a
That
weird
was
move.
dumb.
It was a
Yeah.
weird move all around because Detroit's receiver core is already really deep, so I didn't understand it from that perspective. And then he was the second best receiver in Cleveland because Elijah Mitchell hasn't done shit. He was so hyped
He
up over
finally
the
he
offseason.
had a good week last week. That's the first time I've seen him do good. Like, he had 15 fantasy points, I think, this week.
Right, but you
He's
know
had
what I
some
mean?
solid
Like,
weeks here and
He
there.
hasn't performed.
no, but like if you're
Nothing
picking
outstanding.
between him and
No.
Peoples Jones, I'm
taking
gonna take
Peoples
Peoples
Jones.
Jones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a little bigger. I feel, at least personally, he's a little more athletic.
And if
But
you're
I think Moore's fallen off because what he was doing in New York was a lot better than anything we've seen in Cleveland. So I think
Yeah.
the whole move hasn't been kind to him. So we might see more out of Moore. But let's go through this week's picks real quick before we get too far into the off topics. So we started with the Bengals Ravens. Me and Chase both picked the Ravens, and then you two Jabronis picked the Bengals.
damn straight, homie.
We did Steelers Browns. I picked the Browns. All three of us picked the Browns. And
I took Steelers.
It's
you
the
took
same
Steelers?
split.
Oh,
yeah.
same
Me and him
split.
took Steelers.
That's right. Yeah, me and Chase Browns. Kevin and Jackson Steelers. Commanders Giants. That was lock of the week. We all picked the Commanders. The Giants.
In the
suck.
under.
Tommy DeVito, not Danny DeVito, not dildo vibrator, whatever the
I
hell.
think my headset's off, so I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. So
Broncos Vikings.
everyone took the Broncos, but Kev.
Yeah, I took
Fuck
NASA
yeah.
boy.
Astronaut.
Lions could be a lock of the week too, though. The Lions game could be a lock.
Nah, I don't know.
I can agree with Jackson, but yeah, we all took the Lions on that. That's another lock of the week. Unfortunately, Kevin doesn't want to say it, but
I didn't say that.
it is.
I said it's a lock of the week. I didn't
Oh, you
say
did?
it's not. I took Detroit.
Well, you don't want
It's
to.
just going to be closer than you
Yeah.
think. They're not going to get blown out of the fucking water. It's going to at
I
least
think
be.
Fields coming back is going to show a lot. Like
It'll be a 10 to 14 point game.
they'll be able to do stuff. Like
Yeah,
I'll give you
that's what I'm
that.
saying.
Bajan was like nothing can get done.
Like 34 to 10
Gotcha.
is a little excessive, dog.
This guy back in it.
I had to get one.
You know, that one's up for debate, actually. I've heard Bajent, like 50-50.
Just arm wrestle his dad for the naming rights.
It's Bajent. Fuck. All right.
Fuck, you
It's
snapped
bad.
my arm. All right, you win.
You want to be on the show?
Dude, that'd be sick. And then the last one was Eagles Chiefs, which me and Chase took the Chiefs.
No, I took the
me and
Chiefs.
Jackson. and
I
you
took
guys
the
took
Eagles.
So
I don't want to say it.
very split decision week this week. I have a lot of faith in the Chiefs, honestly. I'm not even
too.
worried about that one. Like, it's a toss-up, but the Chiefs are daddy. Like, they put the Eagles
And we
in
all
their
know
place.
Mama Kelsey's favorite is Travis. And
That's
she
true.
will be there.
He's so clearly the better child. Like, come on.
Who's the
Like,
She did say on the show
no.
that he asked him, he's like, if you had to save one of us from drowning, who are you picking? And he goes, mind you, I gave you 3 grandkids. So she picked him.
Damn.
No, Jason. Travis was a dumbass in college.
I was gonna say, if
He
you
was
heard that
fucking-
story,
But he's the
how his-
more
With
lovable
fucking
one.
Ozzie Newsome.
He failed a drug test. Like
Yeah.
he was kicked off. He was almost kicked off Cincy, but besides Jason, gave him
Ja-
one more
Jason
chance. He brought him
saved
in. He
But
lived
Travis
there.
is just that pretty boy, more likable. Like,
yeah.
everyone likes
I
Travis.
don't know,
I
more
don't-
likable. I mean, Jason
and
Kelsey
not.
finished
That's
second
true,
for
too.
sexiest man alive.
I was just about to say that Jason Kelsey
Should have
was
finished
finest.
first, but let's
Damn
be
straight.
I'm
honest.
saying Andy Reid loves both of those two. He's the one that drafted both of them. He saw potential in both of them, and he found it. You know.
Well,
That's facts.
fucking
Both the
Veach,
Kelseys.
Veach called Travis Kelsey on draft night. He's like,
Yeah.
give the phone to your brother. He's like,
Yeah, and that's
am I
how-
making a mistake?
That's how he did it.
Like,
yeah.
no, he'll be good. But I just love he's talking about pre-draft. He had like something crazy, like 20 personal foul penalties his senior year of college, and he said he goes
Damn.
in with Ozzie Newsome, you know, legendary Cleveland Browns tight end, legendary Ravens GM. And he's like, oh, I love this guy. I wanted to tell him I had his poster growing up because, you know, those guys are from the Cleveland area. He said, we get in the room, he goes, sit down. He's like, all right. He goes, he rolls back the tape like 10 times with me getting personal fouls, stops and goes, son, are you just an asshole?
That sounds like every football coach ever had.
And that's why he didn't play for the Ravens. He said he basically told the Cowboys to fuck off because they were asking him about all that shit, the combine, he was having a bad day. He's like, okay, just don't draft me.
That's some cocky shit.
To be
but
fair,
don't
it's
waste
the
your-
Cowboys,
you're
though.
gonna-
No, it was more of like he was pissed off and having a bad day.
And they
were
pushed
up
it.
his ass and kept
Yeah.
pushing it and kept pushing it. So
like-
he's like, and so he's like, all right, don't draft me.
Like if
Don't
a
draft me.
fucking
I don't
team's just
care."
gonna despise you
Damn.
off your rookie when the whole point of a combine is to get the best guys and who you goddamn want. If you're gonna shit on the, I wouldn't want to get fucking drafted by
Honestly,
anyone.
Especially the
I think the
Cowboys
combine
gets-
does a lot more harm than good because you get a lot of guys like Zach Wilson or like
No,
they
the
come to
pro
the
days- no,
compound
the pro days
and they're
are what
so
hurt
good
people.
at their like little stage ballet performance and then
But
they can't
in a
do
game,
shit.
it's different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you got to watch the highlights. You got to watch the tapes.
I mean, it is
And
funny
you know,
watching.
everyone brings up the the big example of that is Brady. You know, that's the one everyone always brings up is Brady.
199th
I was
pick.
just gonna say it's funny to watch him run his 40, but that's not.
5'3",
Yeah,
That's not. It doesn't
Tennis
display
shoes
his
and
game.
khakis.
at all.
it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It's the same with everyone was high on Malik Willis. They're like,
Oh yeah,
this dude can throw it out of the gym. Okay. I know a lot of guys that are 6'5" and can launch a fucking football. Does that mean we're giving every asshole who's 6'5" and can launch a
Yeah.
football a tryout? Is that what
Yeah,
we're doing?
I mean,
now?
that's Trey Lance. That's Zach
Will
Wilson.
Levis. That's what he showed.
Is Zach
Bengals.
Wilson
this
is Zach Wilson that big?
He's not that. I mean,
Zach
he's
Wilson-
got a good size.
Did you
but
see
he's
Zach
not-
Wilson's pro day?
His
No.
He had
he did
rolled
amazing.
out-
That was
threw out
before
two
I moved to
crossbody.
Utah, so
Yeah, but
I didn't give a fuck.
the guy ran on the left side, deep post. Zach Wilson ran a play action, rolled left, crossbody, 50, 60-yard bomb in what is it called? Fucking in stride. Perfect dot. And that was
Yeah.
what sold like everyone on
drafted.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
He's going to be the number 1, 2 pick. And that was obviously a big mistake at the time. But I mean, when, and like, who was it that was talking like Cooper Kupp out of Eastern Washington? He's nothing crazy. He's like Eastern Washington's kind of like a team like Utah Tech in the Big Sky, not a big.
He still went like second or third round though.
Yeah.
Nope. I thought he was
Did
a
he?
5th round pick. I thought he was
No,
late.
He was earlier in the draft.
I don't know about that one, but
You want to roll
yeah,
it
you want to
over?
roll that one up?
You guys need me to look.
Yeah, dude.
What is it?
Cooper Kupp when he got drafted. I swear it was the 5th round, unless I'm thinking of Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, I know was late too.
Draft pick. He was the 69th overall,
Nice.
third round pick.
Yeah, I
You're
told
right.
you second, third
Gotcha.
round.
You guys were about in the middle there.
But someone, I forgot who
That's
it
why
was,
he's
but
so
someone
elite,
said
69th
Cooper Kupp
overall.
was going to be special in the NFL and no one else did. And now look at him. And he's a later round pick. He's not a first round. All talked about. Like, no one
Yeah.
knew him out of Eastern Washington. No one knew much of him in the combine. So it's just the later, I think you said this, the later draft picks are always the one that showcase more.
and that's going to
Yeah.
happen more and more with this whole NIL.
And I think the
Yeah.
only rookie that's really stood out, and he was in the top 10, is CJ Stroud. That's the one that's, like, offense-wise. He's really showcased. Like, Carolina, I'm sure, is a little upset that they didn't take CJ
and if you
Stroud.
went and looked at
Little
the tape,
upset?
I'm just saying.
Fucking
if you looked at the tape, CJ Stroud was obviously the better player.
Oh, I thought that.
And it became this whole political thing of how Bryce Young is better.
because
Even
Nick
though he's
Saban.
fucking 5'9"
was
and
gonna say,
180
little-
pounds soaking wet.
For real, like I don't know how that happened.
They had
It's just
two
Nick
That's just what
Saban,
happens.
bro. If you're under Nick Saban, it's fucking different for some godforsaken reason because that's. And we're not going to get into
I think that trend is over too.
it. Is. No, I was about
he
to say
had
the
two
Saban era was
quarterbacks
done.
turn out, and then it's like, oh, the rest of his quarterbacks will be good from now on. After all the other ones were trash, Tua turned out okay, which we talked about it. He gets bailed out by his receivers.
He did great.
Jalen Hurts
He's
is
yet
like
to put up a full season.
yeah,
Also,
Jalen Hurts is the only like legit Alabama quarterback that you can say is balled out in the fucking history of the league, as far as I know. Like,
I'm like, they have a lot of big names.
AJ McCarron, fucking
Mac, no, they had Mac. Like this is all in Alabama. They had Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, Bryce Young. Like they have all these big names, but you're on fucking Alabama, bro, and you don't have a goddamn schedule.
You got a defense.
No, I'm saying offense wise.
I know. Well, I was going to say that's what comes out of Alabama.
No,
You draft
Alabama
defense.
is all
that
these.
in all your
okay. So
receivers are
let's
gonna be
make that
top
this week's
15
poll.
picks.
Who's the best Alabama quarterback to ever come out?
Oh,
And
Jalen Hurts.
I'll look up some other ones because I'm sure there's some
think
80s
it's Jalen.
quarterback or
Unless
some
it's like-
shit.
AJ
early
McCarron won 2 national titles there, and then people were like, all right, this dude's going to be a dog. And then he didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make that this week's poll. Vote on who the best Alabama is. Probably Jalen Hurts, unless you're a Tua lover.
Or there's someone else we're just
There's
completely missing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
look it
can't-
up. We'll throw those persons in the.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. So
But yeah, that should be good, guys. Patrick Mahomes is a bitch.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is.
Dad,
He's
fuck
not,
you.
no.
We got
he's
our
not
Red
a
Bulls
bitch.
back.
He's a punk ass bitch.
Yes.
No, it's a punk ass bitch. No,
But he's gonna win. He's gonna beat the
I'm
Eagles.
gonna win.
Nah.
Take
But
them
I'm
off.
not gonna be
their
one
high
in
horse.
fucking 5 this week. So I'm telling you right now, Dad. fuck yourself. I'm gonna do a lot better.
Oh,
Damn.
You just say that to your father?
Yeah.
Came out of his balls,
Wow.
bro.
You know what's bad is that when I see him this weekend,
he's gonna
kick
beat
my
your
ass.
ass.
No, he's gonna just say I'm a punk ass bitch. So
Just like Patrick
Dude,
Mahomes.
he's gonna Ike Turner your ass.
he could and he would, but no, he always knows it's love, dude. It's a hard relationship, but it's great.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Chase. It's been
Yeah, of
great
course.
having you. You really know your
Yeah.
shit. So thanks
Great
for
having
coming on.
Yeah,
Go Commies this week.
Yes, sir.
Go Broncos this week. Go Chiefs.
and go Lions, baby.
Go Bears.
Bear down.
Bear down, stay smooth.
Patrick Mahomes
Bears
sucks.
down.